Hi everybody, July favourites, and we're trying something a bit new today. I am going to not edit this video, it's just going to be straight through, a little bit like what I do quite a lot of the time on Instagram. I have to admit, after over 10 years of doing YouTube, the format is starting to feel a little bit tired in comparison to, for example, Instagram, which is so instant and casual and fun. And obviously Instagram gets so much more engagement and so many more views. But I don't want to stop making content for YouTube because I have a big YouTube audience and you're very loyal and I love making content for you. So I just want to try something a bit new in that this is just going to be more casual. I'm not going to edit out bits that I didn't mean to say or pauses, and I am going to just upload it as one long stream of random, annoying consciousness, because I know you love that. So I have 5 favourite things to show you. And the first 2 are actually 3 of the things are very nice smelling things. So I thought that'd be quite uplifting for July. It's nice and summery. I know it's August, but I went on holiday. I went for a week in Cornwall to a very remote place, and we managed to stay pretty much socially distanced from just about everybody. And it wasn't as bad and as crowded as I thought that it would be, according to the British media. Which makes me, well, I already knew so much of it was lies, but you know, they really do work things into hysteria. So I'm back from my holiday and it was lovely. It's never much of a holiday when you've got young kids, is it? But it was a change of scene. And now I want to show you some of the things that I really loved in July. 4 beauty things and 1 that's actually a little bit sexy. So the first thing, which is very fine smelling, is this conditioner from John Masters Organics. Now, if you normally watch my videos and you're quite good at keeping up with stuff, you might remember that I featured the mask from this range. It's the repair range for damaged hair with honey and hibiscus. And I raved about the mask. I really dislike the shampoo from this range just before we get started. I find it so drying that my hair goes like a bird's nest. So I don't use the shampoo, but the mask is really nice. I think that the conditioner maybe pips the mask to the post in terms of finding something that's incredibly softening and silkening. And I say it pips it to the post because I think it works faster. And there's not too much difference between the 2, but I think this one you would be more inclined to use it more frequently throughout the week. Rather than the mask, you kind of save for special occasions. This is just brilliant. I mean, I don't know why you would save it. I wash my hair about every 3 nights, sometimes 2, but never more frequently than that, because it is so dry and it's so sort of bleached and you just don't want to overwash it, basically. I do tend to get oily roots, but I use dry shampoo, so it's absolutely fine. This conditioner, if you know when you're just searching for something that leaves your hair feeling weighty, silky, but you don't want anything that leaves it feeling oily or greasy, this is perfect on my hair. I thought that it'd be too rich because I've got actually very fine hair, but it's not. Smells amazing, but that's by the by, but just leaves it properly silky. A bit like the Olaplex that I've also talked about, I think, in a favourites video before. So I really like this. It's completely empty and I am going to purchase because I think it's brilliant. Even though I have a whole cupboard full of conditioners waiting to be tested, that's how much I like it. Second thing, this is a bit of a new launch. And I do on Instagram. If you're not following on Instagram, then do. I'm at Model Recommends. And I do every month a What's New Pussycat, which is some weird play on a Tom Jones lyric. And I show 5 new launches. And this was going to be in a couple of months ago. And I completely forgot to put it in, even though it's brilliant. And so I've been using this one and loads of the other versions of it, and it's brilliant. So it's the Aromatherapy Associates. This is where I'll wish that I was editing my video now. I'll really regret having said I'm not going to edit it. Aromatherapy Associates, and it's the shower oil. I'm a massive fan of the bath and shower oils. They're incredibly expensive, but you only need a tiny bit and they're brilliant. They're aromatherapy blends that do what they say on the bottle. So they've got relax, deep relax, revive, support. I think they've just got one that's plain rose, but that's not my favourite. It's a nice rose, but I like their blends better. And you used to be able to, you can tip them into the bath after you've run the water because you don't want to waste all of the scent. Or if you only had a shower, you could use them by tipping a little capful into your hand and maybe putting it on your chest, pressing onto the skin so you can inhale the aromas. But I did always kind of think, oh, is that a little bit of a waste of them? And so now they've brought out the shower oil, which is just a brilliant, brilliant treat if you don't have bath. I still prefer the bath and shower oil to put in the bath, but lots of people don't have baths or just don't want to have, don't want to take a bath and prefer showers. And so it's just brilliant. You get all the aromatherapy benefits of the bath oil, but you can cleanse yourself at the same time. So it's a bit of a dual purpose. What I tend to do with this is use it in the same way as they recommend the bath and shower oil, which is put a tiny bit into my hand, press it on over the top half of my body so I can just really enjoy the smell of it while I'm showering. And then I use it to cleanse the upper half of my body. Not to get into too much of a lady garden conversation, I tend to think that there are things you don't want to cleanse your bits with. And that tends to be very scented things, very perfumed things, things with lots of essential oils in, and very aggressively soapy cleansers. I just think you've got to be so careful what you cleanse your bits with. And so I wouldn't recommend this for cleansing around the little private joy places. Why am I not editing this video? I would steer clear with essential oils. That's just my personal preference, my personal pubic preference. But you might feel differently. You might have a very hardy genital area, in which case it accepts anything. Mine just revolts, which is possibly the worst choice of word. It doesn't revolt me, it revolts in terms, it revolts, it disagrees, just in case you're getting confused here. So that's two things, both very sweet smelling. The third thing is also a perfume-led item. And this is brilliant. So I've mentioned Atelier Cologne before. It's an amazing perfume brand. They're very boutique-y, very niche, but the fragrances are beautiful and there's so much thought that they put into everything. They quite often do little perks, so it's almost as much about the packaging with them as it is about the scent in a way. It's just joyful. And lots of their colognes. So this is a new gift set that you can get, okay? And we'll go more into that in a second. But even with their normal colognes that aren't limited edition, you can get leather pouches for them. And in the stores, you can get the pouches personalised. So if you wanted it for yourself, you might be buying it for a Christmas present or birthday present, and you can put initials on or names. The sky's the limit. But this particular gift set, limited edition, and it's with a very, very well-known, prolific illustrator artist called Quentin Monge. And I don't know whether to pronounce Quentin the French way, which I suppose would be Quentin. But anyway, I will link to his Instagram below because he is on Instagram and you can see some of his work. He's brilliant and you'll recognise loads of the stuff that he's done from other collaborations and ads and just from his artwork because it's very, very individual and stylised. Anyway, the box is just brilliant, and then inside you've got a large bottle of the Clementine California, which I've shoved back in so firmly I can't get it back out. Bear with me. this is where normally I would just edit, you know, and start that segment again, and it looks so professional. So that's the large version. I'll come closer so you can see the front of the bottle because it's so, so lovely. In fact, you can probably see it better there because my camera won't focus. And then you get more of a travel-sized one, I suppose you'd call it, and that comes with the little leather case. In terms of the scent itself, it's just so uplifting and sunny, and yeah, it's fruity. I mean, it does what it says on the tin, it's clementine. So you're going to get a bit of orangey citrus there. I know you're not supposed to do that, by the way, are you? Because apparently it crushes the scent or something like that. That's another thing I'd edit out if I was editing this, because I'd think, oh God, people are going to go, you're not supposed to crush your wrists together. And then I just couldn't be bothered with all the comments. So I would just edit that bit out and chop it all together. Bob's your uncle, Fan is your aunt, nobody would know any better. But I can't because I'm doing this experiment, you see. So do give it a thumbs up, because otherwise I'll never know whether, oh God, look at the state of my hair. Get my hair cut tomorrow. I'll never know whether you like it or not. So that's the little one, look. Much, much smaller, and pretty sure that you do save money with this set. It's expensive, I'm not going to lie, but you do save money by buying the set because you get the huge bottle, you get the travel bottle, you get the case, and you get the beautiful box, which some of you won't be that bothered about, but you know, I think it all adds to the desirability of it, doesn't it? Okay. Talking about sexiness. Did I say? I didn't even mention sexiness. I'm just trying to segue into my next little favourite and make it join together, but it doesn't join. My next thing is non-beauty related. It's lingerie. And I've been meaning to put this brand into a favourites video. Sorry, I've got bits of cat hair flying around. Speak of the devil, what are you doing in here? I didn't even know you were in here. It's the cat, obviously. It's not my husband crawling out from under the bed where he's been hiding all morning. He doesn't do that. I've been meaning to put this in for months and months and months, and it's a Tallow Lingerie. They're a very, very small lingerie brand in the UK, and they just make the most beautiful bras. They don't do a massive selection. It's so niche. But what they do is really brilliantly fitting bras for people with very small ribcage measurements but big boobs. So I think in their, what's this one? You do have to go up a cup size, I think, with them, or down a ribcage size, one or the other. If you follow them on Instagram and send them a message, I'll let you know how to, well, it says on the website how to measure. So normally I wear a sort of 32E, and with them I wear a 30F or 30FF, which sounds humongous. They're not that humongous, look, but it's just that difference, isn't it, between ribcage and bazumbas. And so they do these gorgeous long line bras, look. I'm going to put it on. This is just how they would want me to model it, obviously. I'm not going to get my kit off, but look, can you see how that comes down longer onto the ribs than a normal bra? So you just get that bit of extra support and extra lift, but you don't have to have those hideously wide bra straps. You know when people make bras and they're like, oh, it's good support for the larger cup. And yeah, it's great support, but it's got these straps that are about 2 inches thick. They don't do that. All the support is, and the structure is in the body of the bra. The only thing I'll say is that you might need help to put it on because it does have 5 hooks. But you can just about do them up and swivel it round. But I don't really like doing that. I always find that I dislocate my shoulder. So it might take a bit of practice doing that. But they do ones that aren't so long line as well. They do a couple of different versions, but everything is just exquisite. And the knickers. They do 3 different types, I think, of knickers to match everything. And they've just brought it all out in a lovely champagne colour, which is why it sort of came into my brain. that I needed to give them a little shout out because they do have a new range in champagne and it's really, really pretty. Anyway, I must do a blog post on their lingerie because it's gorgeous. There are so many excellent sort of independent standalone lingerie brands that just do really beautiful underwear for bigger cup sizes. I find that if you have a good look around, I'll try and link to a couple below because there's a really great Instagrammer called Nat at Style Me Sunday, and she wears this lingerie and I can't remember what the brand is called. I want to say Dolores something, and every time she wears it on her grid, I think that stuff is amazing. And I was going to buy some the other day, but it was locked down and it looked like it was long lead times, and I thought, you know what, I'll wait until after lockdown. I'll link to her one as well because it always looks amazing. Anyway, what I was going to say was it's always worth having a little look at independent brands in everything, really. I mean, not just in lingerie, obviously. And now with Instagram and just being able to scroll through and find new brands, it's a lot easier, but they're great at Tallow. So do check them out and I will link to them below. My last thing is beauty related. Again, I feel like I waffled my way through that, but I'm leaving it all in. I'm leaving the waffle in. And if any of you are still here, then many thanks. The last thing is beauty related again. It's makeup. And I do feel like I want to try these on my eyes, but it might have to be in the next makeup video because I have run out of my little cleansing pad things that I keep to hand. And I already have, maybe I can layer it over. I'll layer it over. So these are new eyeshadow colours from Trini London. And they're the Eye to Eye eye shades. And the thing about her makeup range is everything can be put on with the fingertips. And she has these very clever little stacking pots. And everything goes in these pots, from foundation to cheek colour to lip balms, everything. And anyway, all of these colours that they've just sent me a couple of weeks ago are kind of terracotta-y warm tones, really good for summer. And I'm going to show you a couple. Actually, one of them isn't. Hope isn't. Look, that's more of a peachy colour. But I will definitely do a separate makeup video on these because they're just so up my street. So I don't know whether you can see that, but that's like a really illuminating peach. And that would be amazing as a very glowy, shiny kind of eye base. It's very brightening and eye-opening. But then the other ones that they've sent me, we've got Truth, look, and that's a brownie, a very warm brown, almost kind of like a burgundy, a muted burgundy. Look at that one. Woo! It's a burnished terracotta. You couldn't get more late summer than that, could you? That one is slightly less scary. Look. Can you see those? So that one is really, really red. And that one is more, it's more of a coppery red. So that's what I'm going to try on. There's this new thing on Instagram called Reels. And it is, as I speak, I think it launched about an hour ago in the UK. And it's supposed to be TikTok for Instagram. So they've obviously just picked their moment there with TikTok. I can't believe TikTok, I mean, I was never on TikTok, but how many times can I say TikTok? I can't believe that it's going. It just seems like some crazy little twist in the story at the moment, doesn't it? So Instagram have released this thing, Reels, that is supposed to replace TikTok. And I have to say, I'm mildly interested by it, which is about as enthusiastic as I get about anything these days. And it's 15-second videos, and I thought, well, maybe I could do a few makeup swatching things on there. So again, if you're not following me, another little plug for my Instagram channel, @ModelRecommends. And you might see these in action. Although, it seems like I'm just trying them on. Can you see the difference between those two colours? This one is much more, it's almost got a deep purple undertone. I mean, it's really, really quite striking. Whereas this one is more of your classic terracotta-y copper. and very, very wearable. But they're different. I mean, when I first opened the shades, I thought, goodness, they all look quite similar, but they're really not. And then you've got this more of a, it's not so sparkly, more of a matte brown that would create a really gorgeous smoky eye. Very sophisticated. But as I said, I will do more on those because we are at 20 minutes now, and this is what happens when you don't edit something. So those are my favourites. I'll put more info below. You can see how all of these click together, look, screw together. Which is very, very handy, especially, actually no, they don't, because that hasn't got a lid on it. What a weirdo. Okay, there's the lid. And then they'll go together. So those are the favourites. And yes, I will put more info below. And let me know whether you want more casual videos. What do you want to see? Bear in mind that I have no time until the kids go back to school. But I am going to shake things up a bit. And I'm going to be changing what goes on every platform. Because, as I said, over 10 years. And I feel like I just need to streamline things. Everything's just spread out all over the place, and it's quite frankly impossible to keep on top of, as well as trying to look after 2 young kids. So I want to know what you like best. What do you like best? What are you not that bothered about? And you know, even if it's more stuff, more house stuff or more family stuff, let me know, and I shall see you in the next video.